In northern Kenya, before the government of His Excellency President William Ruto, northern Kenya was used as a recruitment bureau. You use the crisis, create crisis, artificial security crisis, recruit teachers from northern Kenya, post them, within weeks create crisis, and repost them to other regions. I can tell you today, even in the constituencies that I represent, today there are enough teachers. Access to education now is a right, and more fundamentally, for the first time, the government has operationalized 2 new teachers training college. So in the next few months, ML and other Kenyans, we have surplus teachers, and we'll be asking for more employment so that these teachers from northern Kenya can now serve in other parts of the Republic of Kenya. And this will not have been realized without that deliberate policy by the government. And those who want to hear, please come to northern Kenya and see the difference. Thank you, Majority Leader.
Majority Leader, proceed.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I am very well informed by the Honorable Kenyan, and it is indeed true, and that's why Honorable Speaker was saying, facts speak for themselves. You cannot dispute facts and data. And I must thank even the members of the Institute of Certified Public Accountants, because I saw one of our young members who, as I said, has been running from one conference to another, in an association of this and an association of that. And at least the accountants, because they speak to facts and figures, were able to challenge that member on some of the things he was saying. Because it is very easy to talk, cheap political talk is very cheap and easy. But you cannot sit with accountants to give us cheap political talk, because we will challenge you based on data, facts, and what you are telling us yesterday. Because when I was the chairman of the Budget and Appropriations Committee, or when I was the vice chair of Honorable Kenyan as the vice chair of the Public Investments Committee in my first term as a new member of parliament, if the things I said then held, even today they should hold. And that is what defines leadership. If you want to be a leader, you must be consistent. Honorable Speaker, if I am wrong, I would consistently be wrong. If I am right, I will consistently be right. Because if I flip-flop on my position today and tomorrow based on the position I hold, it therefore means I am nothing other than a small conman. And therefore, even for those of us who are young leaders, let us not be swallowed into the bitterness and the desire for revenge of those who are older than us, the Wanyors and Waminyo and the others, Honorable Speaker. If you are a younger leader, please be faithful in your representation of the people and their issues. Honorable Speaker, when I hear someone saying, oh, securitization is illegal borrowing, how can your conversion of an asset into a marketable security be borrowing, Honorable Speaker? And because you want to sound intelligent, you move from one workshop, one classroom to the other, one training session to the other, saying, oh, the government is involved in illegal borrowing because we are doing securitization. If when I was the chair of the Public Investments Committee 10, 12 years ago, I authored a report together with the Honorable Kenyan to say that the government must innovate ways through which our parastatals can cease being dependent on the exchequer and have innovative ways of financing the operations in a commercially viable manner. If I held that position 12 years ago, I still hold the same position. I cannot flip-flop. I cannot say now if Kenya Power wants to securitize some of their funds, oh, it's illegal borrowing. Let us be honest. Let us also be objective in our criticism. I wish people would be like the Honorable Undo, who at times criticizes, but does so objectively, and is consistent in his position. And even when he is not consistent, he knows he will tell you this is for politics. But when somebody behaves... Are
you on a point of order?
When someone behaves as if...
Order, Honorable Majority Leader, Honorable Undo is on a point of order. What's out of order?
The Majority Leader is extremely out of order. I do not politic with the facts. I don't politic on the floor of the house. I politic outside there. On the floor of the house, I debate based on facts and based on available information. You see, he just wants to prolong the debate. I like, sometimes he likes using me as an easy punching bag, but I take it positively.
Order. This is a political institution. Honorable Oundo, Parliament is a political
Honorable Speaker,
institution.
you know, Honorable Oundo is a very serious legislator. And you know, I have immense respect for him. And that is why I said, when he criticizes on the floor, he does it based on facts. And he's consistent. That is leadership. When he does it out there in politics, he will tell you that was politics. But here we deal with facts and figures. Now what astonishes me, it's somebody who yesterday was a chair of a committee pushing through securitization. Today says securitization is illegal borrowing. Someone who yesterday was telling us the consumption of cement, steel is going up. Today, because it is politically expedient, can stand on the floor of Parliament because you think you have prime time TV to lie to the Kenyan people. That is what I'm saying. That is not leadership. And I want to encourage those of our younger brothers and sisters who sit in this house. Let us be faithful to the truth. Let us be objective. Let us not allow ourselves to be consumed by anger, revenge, and bitterness, because it is consuming those who are older. If you are younger, please don't allow that to consume you. Honorable Speaker, I heard someone say that in the region, the Kenyan economy is not the most dominant today. Facts again speak for themselves. Data speaks. The Kenyan economy remains the most resilient in the East African region, and actually, we have now moved from position 8 to position 6 as amongst the fastest growing economies in Africa, not in the region, Honorable Speaker. These are facts from the World Bank. I don't need to belabor them, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I may go on and on and on, but because I was simply replying, let me thank all the members who supported this motion positively, those who had alternative views based on facts. We have heard you. We are not in a hurry. This administration has only been about 3 years old. By 2027, when we go into elections, this administration will have walked the talk on the vision that His Excellency the President elucidated to this House and to the nation 3 years ago in his first State of the Nation address. And the story that he spoke about last week on Thursday, a story of sacrifice, resilience, determination, and an endeavor to move our country from the third world to a first world nation, is a story that this House is an active participant in, and I fondly noted the appreciation of the President on the role that Parliament plays in moving our country forward. Let us say no to the negativity, Honorable Speaker. Let us watch those older and the younger priests of eternal pessimism, but let us not lose our focus on the transformative journey that we began 3 years ago. And I want to believe, Honorable Speaker, His Excellency the President William Ruto and his administration will indeed put this nation on that trajectory to move our nation into a first world nation. The naysayers may not believe it, but it is coming right in front of their eyes. They can see the affordable housing units going up. They can see road projects that stalled 9, 7, 8 years ago, today, going on. Tomorrow, I invite them to Rironi, Limuru, to Mau Summit, to Nakuru, to Salga, to witness the transformation of the corridor to the western part of our country, so that next Christmas, the Honorable Oundo will not sleep on that highway. He'll be able to go home the way I go home to Kikuyu here using either the southern bypass, western bypass, or ABC Rironi dual carriageway. That is the Kenya we want for every Kenyan, and that Kenya is possible to be realized within our lifetime. if only we can take up the challenge that the president has thrown to us as leaders, to work together with him to transform our country for the better. With that, I beg to reply.
Honorable members, I now put the question that pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 24-6, the thanks of this House be recorded for the exposition of public policy contained in the address of His Excellency the President delivered in Parliament on Thursday, the 20th of November, the year 2025, and further, that this House notes the following reports submitted by His Excellency the President in fulfillment of the provisions of Articles 132(1)(c) and 247 of the Constitution, laid on the table of the House on Tuesday, the 25th of November, the year 2025.